Skinwalker Ranch UAP evidence. The video documentation multi-camera systems captures structured craft performing impossible maneuvers above Skinwalker Ranch, and no one can explain what they are. Across the isolated expanse of northeastern Utah, where the Uinta Basin stretches beneath vast skies, a 512-acre property known as Skinwalker Ranch has become the focal point of perhaps the most instrumentally comprehensive documentation of unidentified aerial phenomena outside classified government programs. Unlike the majority of UAP sightings that populate the research literature, single witnesses, uncertain atmospheric conditions, isolated photographic evidence, the phenomena documented at this location represent something fundamentally different. Here, multiple camera systems running simultaneously across different spectral ranges have captured aerial objects performing maneuvers that defy conventional aerospace engineering, creating a documentary record that spans more than 2 decades and continues to accumulate without resolution. The investigation begins in 1996, when the National Institute for Discovery Science establishes operations at the ranch. The organization, composed of scientists from aerospace, physics, and various research disciplines, arrives with a specific objective: to document anomalous phenomena using the same rigorous instrumentation protocols applied in defense industry intelligence gathering. The team installs a network of cameras across the property, thermal imaging systems, infrared detection arrays, standard optical equipment, and specialized instrumentation designed to capture phenomena across multiple spectral ranges simultaneously. This systematic approach transforms the ranch from a location of anecdotal reports into an instrumented observation platform. The camera network operates continuously, monitoring the airspace above the property with particular focus on zones where phenomena have been previously reported. The mesa rising above the ranch becomes a primary area of surveillance, as does the tree line near the homestead, where the property's previous occupants reported numerous unexplained events. The systems run day and night, accumulating footage under varied atmospheric conditions, creating a baseline record against which anomalous events can be measured and analyzed. When the phenomena appear, they arrive with characteristics that immediately distinguish them from known aircraft or natural atmospheric events. Structured craft materialize in the monitored airspace, their forms clearly defined against the sky, performing maneuvers that violate fundamental principles of conventional aerodynamics. Objects execute right-angle turns while maintaining speed movements that would subject any known aircraft to structural forces far beyond material tolerance limits. Craft appear suddenly in the camera frames without any trajectory of approach, materialize as if emerging from nothing, hover with perfect stability regardless of wind conditions, then vanish without continuing along any observable flight path. The thermal imaging systems capture objects that display heat signatures inconsistent with natural phenomena. These signatures appear structured, suggesting manufactured craft rather than atmospheric plasma or meteorological events. The infrared arrays detect objects invisible to standard optical cameras, revealing a layer of aerial activity that exists beyond normal human perception. When the same object appears simultaneously across multiple camera systems, visible light, thermal, and infrared, the documentation eliminates the possibility of instrument malfunction or isolated technical error. Among the most significant documented events is an incident that multiple investigators witnessed directly while camera systems capture partial footage. An aerial craft appears above the ranch property, clearly structured, moving with controlled precision. As investigators observe, the object approaches what witnesses describe as a luminous oval aperture that materializes in the airspace, a portal-like opening that emits light of unusual quality and intensity. The craft enters this aperture, passing through the opening as if moving between spaces. The aperture then closes, disappearing as suddenly as it appeared, leaving no trace in the atmosphere. The event unfolds over sufficient time for multiple witnesses to observe the sequence, their testimonies corroborating each detail. Camera systems capture portions of the event, though the full sequence proves too rapid and occurs at angles that prevent complete documentation. Other documented phenomena include orb-like objects that appear in association with larger structured craft. These smaller luminous spheres emerge from or move in coordination with the larger aerial vehicles, suggesting a relationship between different categories of phenomena. The orbs display their own anomalous characteristics: instantaneous acceleration, the ability to pass through solid structures, luminosity that varies in intensity without apparent power source. Their repeated appearance in connection with larger craft suggests a technological or operational relationship that investigators cannot explain through conventional frameworks. Perhaps most disturbing among the documented events are objects that enter the ground itself. Camera systems capture aerial phenomena descending toward the ranch surface at specific locations, continuing their descent into the earth without impact, without explosion, without any disturbance to the surface material. Hours or days later, objects emerge from the same locations, exiting the ground and ascending into the airspace. The footage eliminates the possibility of misperception. The objects clearly pass through solid matter as if it presents no barrier, suggesting capabilities or dimensional properties that existing physics cannot accommodate. Geographic patterns emerge from the accumulated documentation. Certain zones on the property generate UAP events with statistical regularity. The airspace above the mesa shows concentrated activity. The area near the tree line produces repeated phenomena. These spatial patterns suggest that the phenomena are location-specific rather than random atmospheric events or transient aircraft intrusions. Something about these particular geographic coordinates appears to facilitate or attract the aerial phenomena, creating predictable zones of activity that the camera networks monitor with sustained focus. The NIDS team reviews the accumulated footage using analytical protocols identical to those employed in defense industry optical intelligence assessment. Scientists examine each frame for evidence of conventional explanations: known aircraft, atmospheric phenomena, astronomical objects, technical artifacts. The analysis eliminates these possibilities systematically. The objects perform maneuvers no known aircraft can execute. The phenomena occur under clear atmospheric conditions that eliminate weather-based explanations. The multi-camera confirmation eliminates technical glitches or isolated equipment malfunctions. What remains is documentation of aerial phenomena that existing frameworks cannot categorize or explain. When Brandon Fugel acquires the property in subsequent years, the investigation expands significantly. The camera network grows more extensive, incorporating additional spectral ranges and higher resolution systems. Real-time monitoring allows investigators to respond to phenomena as they occur, deploying mobile camera units to capture events from multiple angles. The technological enhancement produces even more detailed documentation, revealing characteristics invisible to earlier systems while confirming the fundamental anomalous nature of the phenomena. Outside experts review the accumulated footage. Aerospace engineers with decades of aircraft design experience, retired military intelligence officers familiar with classified aviation programs, optical analysis specialists accustomed to examining satellite imagery and surveillance footage. These experts examine the documented maneuvers, the heat signatures, the multispectral conformations. Their conclusions remain consistent. The documented phenomena do not correspond to any known aircraft, any recognized natural occurrence, any conventional explanation within their areas of expertise. Some decline to offer any explanation at all, their silence more telling than speculation. The phenomena bring danger beyond their inexplicability. During several documented UAP events, camera equipment malfunctions or sustains physical damage. Systems designed to withstand environmental extremes fail suddenly when aerial phenomena approach. Electronic instruments register electromagnetic interference patterns that correlate with UAP proximity. Investigators present during close encounters report physical sensations, atmospheric pressure changes that affect equilibrium, disorientation that persists after the phenomena depart, physiological responses suggesting exposure to unknown energy frequencies. These effects transform the investigation from passive observation to direct interaction. The phenomena do not simply appear in monitored airspace, they affect the monitoring systems themselves, the equipment designed to document their presence. This interaction suggests awareness or response capabilities, as if the phenomena recognize they are being observed and react to the observation process. Whether this represents intelligence, autonomous response systems, or properties of the phenomena themselves remains unresolved. The documentary record continues to accumulate without definitive identification or conventional explanation. No captured UAP event has been successfully attributed to known aircraft, misidentified natural phenomena, or technical artifact. The footage exists as evidence without context, documentation without framework, proof of phenomena that current scientific models cannot accommodate. The significance of this documentation extends beyond the ranch itself. In 2017, government UAP disclosure begins when military footage of unidentified aerial phenomena enters public awareness. The Navy confirms the authenticity of videos showing structured craft performing non-aerodynamic maneuvers. The Pentagon establishes formal programs to investigate UAP encounters reported by military personnel. The categories of phenomena in these officially confirmed cases: objects executing impossible maneuvers, electromagnetic effects on instruments, multispectral camera confirmation, precisely mirror the characteristics documented at Skinwalker Ranch across the preceding 2 decades. The parallel between the ranch documentation and government-confirmed UAP evidence creates a significant correlation. The phenomena captured by the ranch's independent camera networks, accumulated during years when official government position dismissed such reports, now correspond exactly to categories the military confirms as genuine unknowns. The ranch's documentary archive, created outside government oversight or military security classifications, constitutes an independent evidence record that validates and extends the officially acknowledged UAP documentation. This convergence suggests that whatever appears in the airspace above Skinwalker Ranch represents the same category of phenomena encountered by military aircraft, naval vessels, and classified observation systems. The ranch, through its geographic properties or specific characteristics, may provide a location where these phenomena appear with unusual frequency, creating opportunities for sustained documentation unavailable in random encounter situations. The camera systems continue to operate, monitoring the airspace, accumulating footage, documenting events that resist explanation. Each new piece of evidence adds to an archive that grows more comprehensive, yet no closer to resolution. The phenomena continue to appear, continue to perform their impossible maneuvers, continue to demonstrate capabilities that challenge fundamental assumptions about aerospace engineering, materials science, and the nature of physical reality itself. Above the Utah Desert, in airspace monitored by multiple camera systems across multiple spectral ranges, structured craft continue to fly in ways that known physics cannot explain. They appear and disappear. They turn at angles that should tear them apart. They pass through solid matter as if it presents no barrier. They enter apertures that should not exist and emerge from ground that should be impenetrable. The cameras capture it all, creating documentation that no conventional framework can dismiss or explain, evidence of aerial phenomena that remain, despite decades of instrumented observation, fundamentally and profoundly unknown. If you found this case compelling, subscribe to Vanishing Roads for more documented paranormal investigations from around the world. This story was created with AI assistance based on documented case files. All events reference real investigations and reported incidents.